Now, I'll be completely honest, I was not excited going to this movie because the DC universe right now is kind of like, what are we doing? And I'll be a minority in this, but I did not care for that first Shazam movie. I love Zachary Levi. He's a great actor. He seems like a really cool dude. But for the first Shazam, it just wasn't my kind of movie. But I can say this one is better.
Here's Johnny. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Expecto Patronum!
Shazam! Fury of the Gods stars Zachary Levi and Helen Mirren and is about the film continues the story of teenage Billy, who upon reciting the magic word Shazam is transformed into his adult superhero alter ego. Nothing was hyping me up for this movie, seriously, and everyone I've talked to doesn't seem excited for this movie, just no one close to me at least. So when I sat down to this movie, I mean, my expectations were low. So for me to walk out and say, I enjoyed it, I guess it's a positive, because this movie definitely is going to be forgotten. This movie is not going to blow you away unless you're a die-hard Shazam fan, because this movie does go more into the mythology of Shazam and more of his background, his powers, and now that all of his friends now have powers from the previous movie and this one, they're a whole team that works together, which works for me. Biggest positive is this entire cast. Everyone just works together in this movie. Seriously, Zachary Levi, I have a few issues I'll get to, but for what he is as Shazam, I like Zachary Levi. He's just a likable guy, and in this movie you can tell he's having fun being a superhero. And when he's just normal Billy, I think the kid has gotten better from the first movie. They're definitely older than high school in this movie, like all of them. All of them. Like Rachel Zegler, like, she looks like a high schooler, but everyone else, they don't look like high schoolers. I'm like, okay, take the little out of your head, just go with it. But that's where my issue comes into play. My big issue. I'll go ahead and say it. Zachary Levi's performance is likable, but he's acting like a 10-year-old. They're in high school, and the high schoolers don't look like high schoolers. So for me, it pulled me out of the movie. For some of you, it won't even bother you. But for me, that was my biggest issue, was sometimes Zachary Levi was too much. I was like, are you 10 years old? Or are you a senior? I do think Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are good in this movie. They are evil. Like, they're the evil beings. And I would say Helen Mirren this is nowhere near, like, any type of great performances. This performance reminds me of Fast and Furious. How she's just there, she delivers her line in her evil ways, and she's evil. Lucy Liu, she has some badass moments. I liked her more than Helen Mirren, and I just like her a lot. But really, out of all the new characters, Rachel Zegler, who West Side Story has made her a great name right now, she killed it in this movie. She just brings charisma, and it helps that I think she's very pretty, but as an actress, I mean, she's really good in this movie. She brings out just charisma, and she's fun. She's a fun character. She has a little romance with Billy's friend in this movie, and then they build something, and there's more to her character. But that's where it gets into spoilers, but honestly, the marketing for this movie, they've already spoiled a cameo that I had no idea was in this movie, so I'm not gonna say it for the lucky ones out there, but I mean, they've marketed it. It's on the TV ads. I've seen it on Twitter, so you know the cameo, and I'll say it. I hate that they showed that. I hate it. When you see this movie, you're like, why would they show that? That's a decently cool moment in the DC universe. And for the movie itself, I mean, I've been talking about the cast or anything. The movie's fun. I mean, seriously, there's some really good CGI. He fights a freaking dragon. He gets trapped in the city with this big bubble thing, and he's got to fight off this dragon. And there's some really fun action stuff. Sometimes it's CGI heavy, and some of you are just going to be taken out of it. I get it. But I think I like the family element. I like the team effort. The first one was just him learning his powers, and it was just kind of cliche. This one, predictable. It's very predictable. But I just like that family element. I like the other people working together. When they're adults and superheroes, it worked. When they're all together and they're all just normal kids, it worked. I just think this movie worked better than the first. And by the end of it, I enjoyed watching it on a big movie theater screen. I'm going to give Shazam! Fury of the Gods a B. And there are 2 end credit scenes. You should definitely watch them because they're not like super duper amazing, but it definitely is there because I don't know what's going to happen to Shazam. I don't know what's going to happen to the DC universe. Does this movie even really matter? These end credit scenes give you like so this is what we're possibly gonna do. So I like that, and if they ever make a third one, I would be down for it. I would, but I would say it's a watchable movie. I was entertained, but it's not a movie that I'm gonna stick with forever. It's not one of the best superhero movies ever. Nowhere near. I can name 20 that are 30 that are better than this movie. Seriously, it's a middle of the road, entertaining movie, and I enjoyed watching it. And guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye, everyone.